What if you could know the future? What if you could see the events yet to unfold? Imagine for a moment the sheer potential such a capability holds, the ability to anticipate, to prepare, to change the course of our lives. It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? But is it merely the stuff of dreams and science fiction? Or could there be more to it? Such a concept might seem like science fiction, but in psychology, it's a topic of serious discussion under the term retroactive precognition. Retroactive precognition, a term that might sound complex, but let's break it down. It's an intriguing concept derived from the Latin roots retro meaning backwards, pre meaning before, and cognitio meaning getting to know. When combined, these words form a term that suggests knowing beforehand in reverse. Now you might be wondering, how does one know something in reverse? Well, imagine you're reading a mystery novel. You reach the final pages and the plot twist is revealed. Suddenly, all the previous clues fall into place and you think, of course, it all makes sense now. That's somewhat similar to retroactive precognition. It's like coming to an understanding or gaining knowledge about an event after it has occurred, but feeling as if you knew it all along. But this isn't about novels or plot twists. Retroactive precognition is a term often used in parapsychology, the study of paranormal psychic phenomena. It's like having a hunch, a gut feeling or a premonition about something that's going to happen in the future. But the catch: you only realize you had this premonition after the event has occurred. Think of it as a puzzle. You're given the pieces one by one, and only after you've placed the final piece, you see the complete picture. Yet there's a strange sense of familiarity, as if you've seen this image before. That's the essence of retroactive precognition. It's like a mental time travel, a journey into the future through the corridors of your mind. But you only realize you've been on this journey after you've arrived at your destination. However, it's important to note that retroactive precognition is a controversial concept, with many skeptics questioning its scientific validity. But whether it's scientifically proven or not, it certainly adds a layer of intrigue to our understanding of the human mind and its capabilities. So, retroactive precognition is the perceived ability to see or predict future events before they occur. It's like having a glimpse into the future, but only realizing it in hindsight. The idea of retroactive precognition has been around for centuries. It's a concept that has fascinated and intrigued humanity, making its mark in various cultures and civilizations throughout history. From the ancient Greeks consulting the Oracle of Delphi for future insights, to the Norse mythology's Volva, a seeress who could predict the future, the idea that someone could have knowledge of an event before it occurred was both terrifying and tantalizing. Let's travel back in time to ancient India, where the concept of clairvoyance or divya drishti was well entrenched in the rich tapestry of their mythology. It was believed that certain individuals were gifted with the ability to see events unfolding in the distant future. This belief was not just confined to India. Similar ideas were prevalent in ancient Persia, China, and among the indigenous tribes of Africa and America. Fast forward to the Middle Ages in Europe. Prophecies and predictions were a significant part of society. Nostradamus, a French physician and reputed seer, is often credited with predicting major world events. His collections of prophecies have continued to create intrigue and debate among scholars and enthusiasts alike. In the 19th century, precognition started to gain scientific attention. Thinkers and scientists began to explore the possibility of its existence, taking the first steps towards studying this phenomenon in a structured manner. This led to the birth of parapsychology, a field dedicated to studying paranormal and psychic phenomena, including retroactive precognition. Despite the scientific skepticism and challenges, these historical instances and cultural beliefs have significantly influenced the study of retroactive precognition. They have provided a wealth of anecdotal evidence and cultural context that have fueled the curiosity and drive to understand this phenomenon better. However, as we walk through the corridors of history, it's crucial to remind ourselves of the importance of scientific rigor. Even though these historical references sound fascinating, it's important to approach them with a scientific mindset. Let's continue our journey by diving into the science behind retroactive precognition in our next segment. Now that we've understood what retroactive precognition is, let's delve into the science behind it. In the realm of parapsychology, retroactive precognition is a topic that has sparked a great deal of intrigue and controversy. Over the years, a number of scientific studies have sought to explore this fascinating concept, and the results have been nothing short of fascinating. One of the most notable studies in this field was the time-reversed human experience study conducted by psychologist Daryl Bem. In this series of experiments, Bem tested the hypothesis that our future experiences can influence our past responses. His findings suggested that participants were able to correctly predict future events at a rate slightly above chance, a result that stirred both intrigue and skepticism in the scientific community. In another study, neuroscientist Julia Mossbridge conducted a meta-analysis of 26 experiments involving over 2,000 participants. She found a small but significant effect size, suggesting that people can indeed anticipate future events. This phenomenon, known as predictive anticipatory activity, provides some scientific support for the concept of retroactive precognition. However, it's important to note that these studies have not gone without criticism. Many scientists question the methodologies used and argue that the results are not robust enough to provide conclusive evidence for retroactive precognition. Some critics also point out the lack of a plausible mechanism that could explain how such a process might work within the known laws of physics. Yet despite the criticisms and controversies, these studies have stimulated a fascinating dialogue within the scientific community about the nature of time, consciousness, and reality. They've challenged us to rethink our understanding of causality and question our assumptions about the linear nature of time. While these studies provide intriguing insights, the scientific community remains divided on the concept of retroactive precognition. The journey to unravel the mysteries of retroactive precognition is far from over, and it will undoubtedly continue to captivate the minds of scientists and lay people alike for years to come. Like any controversial topic, retroactive precognition has its skeptics. And it's not hard to understand why. The concept of perceiving future events before they occur, and then remembering them in the past, is a radical departure from our everyday understanding of time and causality. Many skeptics point out that the evidence supporting retroactive precognition is largely anecdotal, based on personal accounts and subjective experiences. They argue that these instances can often be explained by other psychological phenomena, such as déjà vu, where a person feels an uncanny familiarity with a new situation, or confirmation bias, where people perceive connections and meaningful patterns in random or unrelated information. Further, critics also note that the experiments conducted to test retroactive precognition often lack the rigorous controls necessary in scientific research. They argue that these studies are prone to experimenter bias, where the researchers' expectations influence the results, or to the file drawer problem, where only positive findings are published while negative or inconclusive results are overlooked. Another common criticism is the lack of a plausible mechanism. How could information from the future influence the past? Our current understanding of physics doesn't provide a clear answer. Skeptics argue that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and until such evidence is provided, it is prudent to remain skeptical. However, skepticism is not outright dismissal. It is a call for more robust, rigorous, and transparent research. It is a call for a clear theoretical framework that can explain how retroactive precognition might work. It is a call for more empirical evidence that can withstand scrutiny and replication. In science, skepticism is a catalyst for progress, pushing researchers to refine their methodologies, question their assumptions, and strive for greater understanding. It's about ensuring that our knowledge is built on a solid foundation of evidence and reason, not just intriguing ideas and anecdotes. So while skeptics may doubt the existence of retroactive precognition, their skepticism is not a roadblock, but a challenge to overcome. It's a challenge that fuels the ongoing quest for knowledge and understanding in this fascinating field. Despite the skepticism, the debate around retroactive precognition continues to captivate the minds of many. As we journey through the fascinating world of retroactive precognition, we realize that the future continues to be an enigma. Throughout this exploration, we've peeled back the layers of time, delving into the intriguing concept of retroactive precognition. This idea, as we've seen, suggests that future events can influence the past in a way that's not just fascinating, but potentially transformative. We've journeyed through history, examining instances where individuals claim to have experienced this phenomenon, providing anecdotal evidence of its existence. From vivid dreams predicting future events, to inexplicable feelings of knowing what's yet to come, these accounts have stirred our collective curiosity and opened our minds to possibilities beyond the linear perception of time. Alongside anecdotes, we've delved into the science behind retroactive precognition, exploring studies that aim to provide empirical evidence. These investigations, while controversial, have sparked heated debates within the scientific community, challenging conventional thought and pushing the boundaries of our understanding. Yet we also acknowledge the skeptic's standpoint. The inherent uncertainty and lack of concrete proof make retroactive precognition a contentious subject. Critics argue that these experiences might be coincidences, cognitive biases, or simply the human tendency to find patterns where none exist. Whether or not retroactive precognition is a reality remains a question. But one thing is certain, the future will always be a source of endless fascination and mystery.
Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.